Seriously, I don't know what is going on in this world, but one of my buyers wanted me to send their item to Fred and Rose West. Yeah, the serial killers. Hello and welcome back to Cookie and the Haydens, and I'm Car Boot Chris. Now before I get into this little story, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. Just do it now whilst we're waiting. And so this situation that happened over the last couple of weeks is just absolutely ridiculous, and I still can't get my head round the whys and wherefores. I just don't understand it. So I'm going to tell you from start to finish what happened, and then you have a think about what you think was going on, because I'm still not sure. So if we start at the very beginning, maybe you saw on a recent video or on one of the live shows, I sold this really nice tracky top. It went for £50, so it was quite a nice sale, decent sale. Everything was normal transaction. It was being sent to one of these Hermes pickup shops, you know, where the customer gets it sent to, and then they go to the shop and collect it. So nothing unusual about that. Done it many times, no problem. So I get a message from the buyer saying that the item had not been delivered. And when I did some digging with Hermes, it turns out that on one particular day, the delivery man's entire batch of parcels that he was going to drop off for people to collect at this shop, the entire batch was refused by the shop, including my parcel. So yeah, that's unusual, but that's not really what the story's about. So basically, that parcel was being returned to sender. Hermes told me that because they couldn't drop it at the shop, they had to return it to sender. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll get it back. I'll let the buyer know that it's being returned to sender, and then they can decide what they want to do. So at this point, I'm going to pick up my messages, and I'm going to try and read some of them to you, because from this point onwards, it all gets a little bit strange. So just stay tuned, serious to God. You're not going to believe it. So the return to sender parcel comes back to me. Thank God, because a £50 item, I didn't want it to go missing. It arrived back to me eventually. So I messaged, and I was willing to take the risk and send it to a different address, because that was clearly a problem at the drop-off point. So I thought, okay, bit of goodwill, give me another address and I'll send it there. Yes, it's a risk on my part, but I was willing to take the risk. Seemed like a genuine buyer. So I sent him a message. Hi, good news. It arrived back today. Would you like me to send it to an alternative address, or I can issue a refund if you prefer? A standard message, you might think. So he replied back, and I won't give you the address, but he gave me a school address. And he said, can you send it to my school, mate? He works at a school, allegedly. I'm okay with that. But he didn't give me a name. So when you're going through Hermes, you need to put a name on the parcel, really. So I just said, can you give me a name, please, so that I can put it on there? And here's where it just gets stupid. He sent a message back, Fred West. Now, I'm reading that, and I'm thinking to myself, oh God, what if his name is really Fred West, and I'm going to question it and make sure it's the correct name, and that's going to make me look like an arse if it ends up being the right name. But I just thought, that's a bit odd, Fred West. I just thought it was a bit strange. So I sent him, like, I tried to be as polite as possible. And I just said, are you serious with Fred West? Just want to check, you know, just keep it informal. and I'll get it sent and send you the tracking ASAP. So he replied back, yes, be easier if it's sent to the school that I work at. We always get parcels here. Be a bigger help if you can post it under my wife's name. Under my wife's name, Rose. What the fuck? Rose. Fred and Rose West. The serial killers. I'm just thinking, what the fuck's going on? Does he not want this tracky top? Or has he ordered it in the first place just to mess about with my account? He goes on to say that she's the assistant head teacher. It'll definitely get to me then, he says. Thanks for your cooperation. Like, all nicey-nicey. So, of course, I'm smelling a rat now. Fred and now Rose. I mean, Jesus Christ. So I just thought, I need to Google this school. So I Googled the school. I'm pretty sure there wasn't going to be a Rose West as the assistant head teacher. And not only was I correct, there is no Rose West, but also they don't have head teachers. They have principals. So if he was working at that school, he would know that they have principals, they have assistant principals. I just sent him a message back and I kept it short and I just said, do I need to just cancel this order? Fred West and now Rose, ? So he replied back pretty sharpish. Are you kidding? I've not paid £50 and waited over 2 weeks to take the piss. This is precisely why I didn't marry her for so long, judgmental people. Please send the parcel. I've paid and corresponded perfectly. That's what he said. I've paid and corresponded perfectly. Ooh. What is going on? He sent me another message before I had a chance to reply to that because I was thinking, what the hell? And he just sent another message almost straight away. Jokes aside, like all of a sudden he's calmed down and it's jokes aside. So now he's saying that he was joking. I work at the academy. I'm the site manager. I do live with the assistant principal. Oh, now he's back to principal now. It's the 2 minutes from the shop that I originally asked for it to be delivered to. Nobody's ever in at our house due to work, so it will get sent back to you again if you send it to the shop. I tried to keep it straight without getting ridiculous. And I just said, I will refund your payment as per eBay's policy. I relied on the policy now to end this conversation. As per eBay's policy, I can't send the item to an address other than your listed one anyway. So that's like a get out clause for me. Your listed address, which was the shop, is not reliable anyway. So, yeah, I sent that. And there was no more correspondence. That was the end of it. As soon as I sent that message, I immediately refunded him his entire £50 plus the outgoing postage. I just refunded that as well. So there you go. I've never had that before. I've never been asked to send an item to the name of a serial killer and his wife. Somebody was pissing about with me. I'll leave you guys to draw your own conclusions as to what that was all about. Drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about that. What's going on there? Did he want the item? Did he ever even want that item? Or was he always going to mess me about? Even though it seemed like it was the shop issue and not his issue initially that caused the return. After that, do you think he just didn't want it anymore? He was just going to mess about with me? It's just so bizarre. Why would you even joke about it? Why would you even joke about that? Very strange situation. But there you go. It's all the drama at the minute. All the drama's going on. That's it. I just wanted to tell you about that ridiculous situation. If you've got something even more ridiculous that can top it, drop it in the comments. I'll have a read and have a laugh, hopefully. But no, that's a strange one, isn't it? That's it. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye now.